We'll get to Markwayne Mullin now. He just saw sworn in as the new DHS Secretary. All as Congress scrambles to try to cut a deal to end the funding fight over the department that he now leads. So NewsNation's Hannah Brandt has more on all of this, joins us now from the White House. What is the latest, Hannah?
Hey, Connell. Yeah, Secretary Mullin now coming in at a really tumultuous time for this agency, right? But we're about 40 days into the shutdown, and for the very first time, we're basically seeing a deal take shape. President Trump says he's not really happy with it, but Republicans say talks are ongoing. They seem optimistic that they're going to be able to make this happen. And here's what we know about the deal that's currently on the table. Republicans say they're essentially going to separate out funding for ICE enforcement from the rest of the larger DHS appropriations package. That'll enable them to get Democratic votes on the package, basically fund most of DHS, places like TSA, which we know has been a real problem spot during this shutdown. And then Republicans are going to use a separate budget process to pass that money for ICE. And critically, they'll also use that separate budget process to pass some elements of the SAVE Act. Now, that's that controversial voter ID legislation that President Trump has been pushing for the past several days, but just doesn't have enough Democratic votes to pass through the Senate like he's been hoping for. And that's important because previously President Trump had said Republicans should not strike a deal on DHS until they had passed the SAVE Act first. So the fact that the president is now willing to back this new DHS plan, which kind of separates it all out, is significant. But here's what he said about this deal just moments ago from the Oval Office. Take a listen.
But as you know, they're negotiating a deal. I guess they're getting fairly close, but I think any deal they make, I'm pretty much not happy with it. These guys came in, they wouldn't pay people. You know, they had a deal to pay. They had to break their deal. The Democrats broke the deal.
So President Trump pretty frustrated about the deal that's taking shape, but a deal would be a deal nonetheless. And many lawmakers say it would be worth it to get TSA funded. In fact, just minutes ago, Majority Leader John Thune said that he's optimistic we could see TSA workers paid by this weekend, though he said at this point, the ball is in Democrats' court. Connell?
All right, we heard, Hannah, to your point at that event in the Oval Office from the president about this deal possibility. I just talked to Joe and to Glenn about what he said about the war. But what did he say specifically about Markwayne Mullin, you know, in this new role?
He was very complimentary to Secretary Mullin, talking about his background as a business leader and his maybe surprising background as an MMA fighter as well. The president making several comments about his career in that field and his children who wrestle now as well. So very complimentary in that way, but also talking about Mullin on policy, saying he's been a really strong partner on border security. The president essentially saying he thinks his administration has accomplished a lot when it comes to the border, immigration, and deportations, but says there's a lot more work to do. Basically talking about how he wants to ramp up deportations and specifically focus on getting criminals out. He says he has faith that Markwayne Mullin is going to be the right person for that job and will be a fighter for DHS and border security. And I want you to take a listen to what Mullin said about the approach he plans to take to this job.
I'll fight every single day. Today I got the privilege of meeting so many of the employees at DHS. These employees have been there for 30 days without pay. And if you need anything to know their dedication to show up and still protect the homeland that you and I enjoy and the freedoms that we're experiencing, they're working for free because of political politics. That's all I need to know. I told him, as you're fighting 365 days, understand I'll be fighting 365 days beside you.
First task for Secretary Mullin will be trying to get this department back open, and we'll also be taking a look at how he tries to distinguish himself from his predecessor, who, of course, was just removed by President Trump. Connell?
All right, Hannah. Hannah Brandt, live at the White House for us, 14 past the hour. Here's what we have. Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.